I'm Star Alchemist Tarot, and I'm here to do your tarot reading. Okay, so we already shuffled, I already said my prayers, we already cleansed our energies. So, Spirit, what can I tap in for the collective? What do they need to know? I ask you to please use me as a clear-cut guide and a clear-cut channel to deliver any messages that that the collective may need to know at this time. Seven of Pentacles. This card keeps coming out in my readings, okay? Either in reverse, upright. It came out upright today. Seven of Pentacles, if you see, it talks about working on something, working on a project, watering your plants so that way they may bloom and grow, right? This talks about planting seeds and watering your seeds in hopes that it will bear fruit for you in the future. Okay, so y'all could be watering something right now. It could be a relationship, it could be an idea, it could be a project. Also with the moon here, I'm getting the feeling that it's kind of hidden. You're working on something, you're watering something, and you're keeping it hidden from people. Secrecy. What else, Spirit? Let's get into their business. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell me for the collective? What's this? High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess talks about Pisces energy. Okay, this is Pisces energy. This is also High Priestess upright. Talks about someone who is intuitive and imaginative. Okay, they have great spiritual abilities or capabilities. Okay, but in reverse, this is someone who doesn't have strong intuition, or they're doubting their intuition. Okay, this is someone who's feeling repressed. This is someone who's not in their power right now. What more, Spirit? What more? What more can you tell me? See, or it could be a High Priestess in reverse. Maybe this is someone who is regarded as a High Priestess, yeah, but she doesn't use her magic in the best way. Okay, what else, Spirit? Get out. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is low-key like the High Priestess. You feel me? In terms of, look at this third eye here. Intuition. Okay, this person is wise. This person knows about social structures. Okay, they know about community. As I'm looking at this card too, this looks like the Egyptian pyramids. Yeah, so someone has a lot of like maybe occult knowledge or some type of prophetic knowledge here, some type of wisdom. Also, these two cards are similar color schemes. This has to be two different people, because no way this High Priestess is in reverse and this Hierophant is upright. And these are two major arcana, so these definitely represent someone here. Okay, so there's someone in this reading who is this High Priestess in reverse. There's someone in this reading who is a Hierophant. Or they could just be embodying these types of energies, okay? What else, Spirit? What else can I channel to the collective? What more about this spread? What do they need to know? Why is the High Priestess in reverse? Ten of Swords in reverse, though. We got Ten of Swords upright in another card in the previous reading. And for the Ten of Swords in reverse, Ten of Swords talks about a final ending, a painful final ending. 10 is completion. Okay, that is the situation that is deaded. It is done. You can't, let me bring it upright so y'all could, you know, associate the meaning. You can't bring this person back. They got 10 swords in their back. The situation is dead. The situation is done. Okay, 10 of Swords. Swords also speaks about air sign and communication. So someone could be communicating a final ending to you. Okay? And with this moon card, again, I said in the previous reading, this indicates to me that maybe this person here who's in the 10 of Swords, maybe who's experiencing the 10 of Swords, they have long hair maybe. They could be an air sign. And maybe they were hiding something, which is why they're going through the 10 of Swords, right? But the 10 of Swords, when I asked Spirit to clarify the High Priestess in reverse, we got the 10 of Swords in reverse. So that is interesting. That is very interesting. So maybe this High Priestess in reverse here went through the 10 of Swords. It's funny because to me the cards look reverse, but to you the cards look upright. So That's interesting. Okay, we got 5 minutes in. What else, Spirit? What else? Why is who's the Hierophant? Why is the Hierophant here? What does the Hierophant represent? Or did I just get that meaning right, which is why you're not clarifying? Who's the Hierophant here? Kind of came out this way, right? Kind of sideways, upright. But we got the Ten of Wands. Ooh, these are the same cards that came up in my previous reading. So y'all, please go check out my other reading that I posted before this one, okay? We got 10 of Wands. This speaks about a heavy responsibility, a heavy load, a heavy burden. That someone, you know, it stresses someone out here. It came out sideways though. So maybe this Hierophant could be someone who was experiencing the Ten of Wands, who was experiencing this burden, but they're slowly and surely coming out of it. What more else can you tell me, Spirit? What else can you tell me? We got the Magician. Okay, let's just take these cards. The Magician, okay? This talks about having all the tools that you need to make a manifestation come true. All right, this is someone here who has the wand, they have the sword, they have the fire, they have the cup. Oh, the wand is the pentacle. That's what I'm missing. They have the pentacle, they have the cup to make their manifestations come true. Okay, so maybe this is someone, maybe, and I'm not gonna let the Magician kind of fall under the Seven of Pentacles. So maybe this Magician here is someone who's working on something and they're waiting for it to flourish. We also got the Princess of Swords upright. Princess of Swords came out in my previous reading. This is equivalent to the Page of Swords in Tarot, and this represents someone who is, you know, kind of chatty, kind of immature, right? But they have great conversational skills, you know. And then we have the Fool. That came out with the Fool in reverse though. So maybe the Fool talks about taking a leap of faith. So maybe someone is scared to take a leap of faith here. I don't know. Maybe this Princess of Swords again talks about communication. Oh, Page of Swords. There we go. Okay, did I say chatty and stuff like that and good with their words, communicate? Yeah, Page of Swords talks about someone communicating something, like coming to you and communicating something. So maybe this page of whoever's in a Princess of Swords energy could be scared to take a leap of faith, could be scared to communicate something to the collective. Meanwhile, collective, maybe this is you, maybe you're the Magician. Meanwhile, you're working on something here. All of this is happening in the background. You don't see it. What else? Okay, last card. We are 8 minutes in. Okay, last card. Last couple cards, because that kind of just float. Wow. Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, Nine of Wands upright talks about protecting your boundaries, setting boundaries and protecting them. It talks about standing your ground here. But in reverse, maybe someone doesn't have to stand their ground anymore. You know, yeah, Nine of Wands upright talks about putting up a fight. In reverse, maybe the fight is done. You know, you don't have to be as on guard. You don't have to be as, you know, the fight is over. You can relax. Okay. All right. One last card, Spirit. One last card. How does this end for the collective? Can I get one card? How does this end for the collectives? How does this whole situation end for the collective? I see that they have to keep working on something, okay, in order for it to grow and bloom. Situations, bad situations, deaded situations, toxic situations are being deaded, okay? And it ends with somebody loves you, collective. Somebody loves you, and they about to tell you. All right, that's me, Star Alchemist Tarot. All right, that's the quick collective reading for today. I hope y'all liked it. I hope it resonated. I kind of want to see what's at the bottom of the deck. Hold on. King of Wands. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, collective. Yeah. All right, please join me on TikTok live. I'll be doing yes and no's and discounted readings on there. Follow me on TikTok and subscribe to me on YouTube for more collective messages, okay? And follow me on Fruit of the Bloom on TikTok for any spiritual guidance. All right, bye guys.